Hey everyone, it's Victoria with Nutrition by Victoria and welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about the top 3 foods that are best for weight loss and address a question that was left on my video from yesterday. So I'm really appreciating all the feedback I'm getting from you guys on my recent uploads. I could tell that everybody's interested in this topic, and if you'd like more in-depth explanation of the things that I discuss in these videos, you can always register for my coaching program. The link for that is in the description box of this video, and it goes through all the nitty-gritty information that you would like to know in terms of human metabolism and nutrition and how to make it work for you, as well as maybe you're considering taking on the job of being a nutrition coach yourself, but you have some limitations in your own knowledge. My coaching program will set you up perfectly for filling in the gaps and making this all make a lot of sense so that you can not only be successful in your own life, but help those around you as well. Just spreading the true nutritional science message, because there's so much false information out there that everybody takes as truth. So we're trying to get rid of the dogma and put the real science of nutrition into practice. And really, it's easy, you know. It sounds complex and is complex. The intricacies of the way that how the way our human metabolism works is very intricate, but I promise you that the application is very simple. The simplest thing that you've ever done in your life. And that's the foods that I'm going to talk about today as well that are best for weight loss. So let's get right into it. The top 3 best foods for weight loss are fruit, sugar, and starch, primarily white rice. So these are all foods that are high in carbohydrates, low in fat, low in protein. Those are the macronutrient ratios that you want in the foods that you are consuming for those foods to be catabolic or fat loss promoting. And the reason why they work so well for fat loss and weight loss in general is because carbohydrates fuel our TCA cycle, which equals energy production in our cells. So you put the carbs in, that's our fuel, you get the energy out, right? When you are keeping your fat and protein low, these are anabolic nutrients. Carbohydrates are catabolic nutrients. So when you have energy to do work, you're able to burn body fat, especially if there's a dietary fat deficit. So that's where the low fat aspect comes in. Protein and fat are anabolic nutrients, which means they're made for building. So when you are eating sufficient calories and carbohydrates and not monitoring your fat and protein content of your diet, you can actually be triggering an increase in IGF-1 and insulin resistance by not monitoring your fat and protein intake. So you want to make sure that those macronutrients stay low if weight loss is the goal. So you put the carbohydrate fuel in order to rev up your metabolism so that you can have the energy to do more, to increase your metabolism, and that allows for body fat to be burned. So just by simply putting in the high carb, low fat, low protein foods, you're going to get your metabolism moving in the direction that you want it to in regards to its rate, at its burn rate. And just by increasing carbs, you're going to naturally have the energy to do more things, take in more oxygen, and then that's going to allow you to burn more fat. You add fitness into the routine, then your VO2 max is going to go up even more. The more oxygen you can take in, the more fat you can burn. But the only way you can take in more oxygen is by doing more, and that is where the carbohydrate importance comes in. That fuel coming in is what drives your TCA cycle so that you can have the energy to do more. Okay, so fruit, sugar, and starch, particularly white rice, by default are high carb, low fat, low protein foods. In fact, they have the lowest amount of fat and the lowest amount of protein of the majority of foods that people eat. And that's why they're so good for weight loss. Walter Kempner, who did the famous rice diet, he used fruit, sugar, and white rice exclusively. So when we're talking about starch, white rice is my preferred starch, and for several reasons. It's easy to digest. It contains no insoluble fiber, but it does contain soluble fiber. It still contains protein, but not as much protein as brown rice. And yeah, basically these foods are really easy to digest. Fruit, sugar, and starches, especially fruits that are higher in soluble fiber like bananas, mangoes, dates. Those are my favorite. If you have issues with digesting fruit, maybe try having it in smaller but more frequent quantities instead of just like one huge fruit meal. I prefer to eat fruit throughout the day with sugar added and then a big starch meal at night. So the last question I wanted to address is someone said, well, if you're taking in more calories so that you can have more energy, won't that be a big burden on the digestive tract? Well, when you're getting your calories from fruit, sugar, and starches, especially white rice, those foods are the easiest to digest. Fruit and sugar especially go through the system very quickly, and then white rice by default is like the like digestive, your best digestive friend, basically. If you're having any kind of tummy issues, have the white rice, it'll clear it right up. Just make sure you drink some water with it so that you can aid digestion as well. So staying hydrated is super important for any diet, but particularly if you want to have good digestion, you need to drink lots of water. So that's it for today's video. Leave any comments or questions down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.